Buying a home can be stressful and intimidating. Even if you've been through the process before, you know that getting to closing can sometimes be overwhelming. In this video, I will briefly discuss some of the things to expect when buying a Florida residence. Hopefully, this video can serve as a roadmap so that you know what to expect and thereby diminish some of the stress and anxiety associated with closing. But before that, please check out this brief disclaimer. This is Ryan Ramsrand, an attorney in Palm Beach County, Florida. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of this channel is to provide general information about the Florida real estate market. It is not designed to provide specific information tailored to any individual real estate transaction. If you need this type of information, please consult with your own attorney, real estate agent, property insurance agent, settlement agent, or any other service provider that you choose to work with for your particular situation. The viewing of content on this channel does not create an attorney-client relationship between the viewer and the law office of Ryan A. Ramsrand, PA. Although every effort is made to provide accurate content on this channel, because the Florida real estate market is so dynamic, there's no guarantee that the information will be accurate when you view it or will remain accurate in the future. The law office of Ryan A. Ramsrand is a title agent with Attorneys Title Fund Services LLC and issues title insurance policies underwritten by Old Republic National Title Insurance Company. The firm also represents companies and individuals in the acquisition, sale, and development of commercial property, such as hotels, warehouses, and industrial property. If you believe my firm might be a good fit to represent you in real estate matters, please see the firm contact information under Details in the About tab of this channel. In addition to real estate matters, my firm also accepts personal injury cases, as well as cases related to the violation of individual civil rights. Please note that these cases will be referred to another law firm. However, under no circumstances will the client be responsible for paying fees or costs in addition to what they would be paying if they only hired one law firm. Again, thanks for viewing content on this channel, and let's get back to the content we were looking at before. Thank you. Welcome back. If the buyer will be getting financing to purchase his property, the buyer should expect to receive a document called a loan estimate early on in the financing process. Lenders are required to provide a loan estimate to borrowers within 3 days of taking a borrower's loan application. The borrower should expect to get multiple loan estimates if there are changes in the borrower's circumstances. Now, the information that will be found in the loan estimate will also show up in a document called a CD, or closing disclosure document, which I will discuss further along in this video. Now, during the financing process, it is important for the buyer to communicate promptly with its lender if the lender requests information from the buyer. The buyer should also communicate promptly with its realtor and with the settlement agent that will be doing the closing. Prompt communication with these parties will ensure that the process goes smoother and will reduce the likelihood of a delay in closing. Talking about communication, the buyer could expect, or should expect rather, that communications between them and the lender and communications between the buyer and the settlement agent will be done via secured email or encrypted email. This will require the buyer to open up an account to correspond with the settlement agent or its lender. The purpose of the secured email is to protect the non-public information or the confidential information of the buyer. It is the buyer's responsibility to ensure that there is hazard insurance in place as of the date of closing, and the buyer should not hesitate to start this process early on with their trusted property insurance agent. The buyer should also expect that its lender will require a lender's title insurance policy to insure and to cover its lien interest in the property. And the buyer will also typically get an owner's title insurance policy to protect its own ownership interest in the property. As the closing date approaches, one of the documents that the borrower can expect to get from its lender is a document called a CD, or closing disclosure document. A lender is required to deliver a CD to a borrower at least 3 business days prior to the borrower signing loan documents from the lender. The lender has various ways of delivering the CD to the buyer, one of which is via email. If the CD is delivered to the buyer via email, it is important that the buyer acknowledges receipt of the CD. Otherwise, there could be delays in the closing. Whatever way the lender chooses to deliver the CD to the buyer, it is important that the buyer has at least those 3 business days to review the terms on the CD. The terms on the CD should match the terms of the loan estimate, at least the finance terms. Otherwise, the lender has an obligation to explain why there's a variance or why there's a difference. The purpose of the CD is to provide the loan terms to the buyer in a way that is easily understood. When it comes to service providers related to your real estate transaction, you usually get to choose if you're the buyer, unless you're in a jurisdiction where the seller is paying for the service, in which case they get to choose. If you're closing a real estate transaction in Miami-Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach counties, and you're looking for a real estate attorney or title agent to close your transaction, please consider using the service of the law office of Ryan A. Ramsaran, PA. I would love to help. If this information was of some use to you, please like and subscribe. Until next time, be safe out there.